Good morning, everybody. How you doing? Wee Paddy from across the Shuck. And first of all, the apology. I haven't made a video for nearly a week. I could give you lots of excuses, but probably the main one I'm going to give you, and you're just going to have to put up with it, is wee Sally broke a bone in her foot. On Monday night she fell. On Tuesday night we took her to the hospital, and she had broken a bone in her foot. So that's the only excuse I'm going to give you that's real. All right. So what have I got for you today? And I'm going to try and do a couple of videos a day to try and catch up. I've so many knives I've gone behind. So I'm going to try and give you 2 a day if I can, but at least 1 for the next sort of week. What have I got for you today? I have got, look at this. This is the best name of a knife I have ever had. This is a number 85 from GEC. The first two is the blade. The main blade is a spear blade. There's 2 blades, and it was made in 2021. And it's the Dead Skunk Acrylic. Now, is that not just the best name for a knife? I just think that is brilliant. And here we have it. And I'm just going to let you slowly walk around this knife till you see just how beautiful. The depth in this white here and this clear, you can actually see underneath. It's just unbelievable. Look at that shield. It's a Coke bottle shield, which will give you a hint to what the second blade is on this knife. Now, this is just a titty-out version. It has a long pull. I'll show you that there as well. But look at the fit and finish on this. It is just beautiful. And we'll say this every time, but look at the blade centering on that. Can you see that? Let me just get that for you. Look at the blade centering on that knife. Twin-bladed knife. It's beautiful. This is the back of it. And these colours, it's a bit washed out in mine, but this is a vibrant red. It's hard to believe that with this camera, but it is a vibrant red, much more vibrant than what it's showing on the camera. The depth of colour is just beautiful. Lovely swedge on top of that spear point. Now, this is what I would have called a gimmicky knife. The second blade is not a knife, and I've never really been a one that's looked for gimmicky knives. The only one that I sort of wanted, which is nearly impossible to get, well, I'm finding it completely impossible, even with my good contacts. This is the number 15 boys knife, but this is the Beer Scout version. Now, this one's in, this is a beautiful snake wood. Again, this camera doesn't pick it up. But this has had a blade delete. It has the blade, the sheep's foot blade, but it used to have a secondary blade, and you just can't get them. It's a bottle opener. And here is the secondary blade on this knife. It's a bottle opener, come screwdriver, or a little bit of a pry bar, whatever you want to use it for. I don't even drink alcohol, but it'll do for opening a Coke bottle if I ever see one again in my life. But I got it for the covers more than I got it for this. I had watched this come out, and I hadn't put in for this pattern, so this is from Mike's Knives, but I had bought a knife from Mike's Knives. Then I got an offer of getting this if I swapped it with the one that I was getting, so me and the fella both bought from Mike and then swapped knives. So that's how I got this. It's not that Mike gives me any preferential treatment, and I must say about Mike's Knives, he's so busy now, and he's getting plenty of orders. The only way to get on his lists is by emailing him. And I'll leave Mike's email. It's just mikesknives.co.uk. I'll leave it down in the description. And go to GEC, find out when the releases are, what you would like, and you email him, and there's a list. And that's the only way he can do it now. He just can't keep up. GECs don't send him a whole lot. But what he does do, he's doing it off the list now. So if you're first in that list, or the first 6, no matter how many knives comes, he gives you a ring and offers you the knife. So that's the best way of getting it. But let's get back to this again. Oh, the covers got me on this. I had seen a couple of videos. There's not been that many, because obviously we're in a smaller minority of slip joint collectors. But I'd seen it and I thought, I have to have that. And for whatever reason, I don't know, because I'm not one for gimmicky blades, but this I like. I couldn't get the 15 boys knife Beer Scout, so this is the next best thing, but it's a beautiful pattern. It's a number 85 pattern. I have a number 85 pattern knife, or I did have, which is the beaver tail, but I sold it in order to buy another knife, which I'll show you in a minute. There, it's called the Crown Lifter. So it's a play on that name, the Beer Scout. I had to stop using that name. This is the Crown Lifter, but look at that spear. Is that not just gorgeous? It really is. Now, this etch will go away when I use it. I haven't used it yet. I've cut a bit of paper. That's about as dangerous as I've got. I will use it eventually because, to me, this is a keeper for my collection. This is one that I reckon is definitely going to be a wanted knife in the years to come. It's not just beautiful. It really is lovely. And you have this same picture of this bottle on the main body of the tube that it comes in. But this is exactly like a Coke bottle, right up, and I can't really show it in this, but right up to the cap on it. It's just beautiful. I really do enjoy this knife. The pull on the knife is about a 5.5, maybe a 6. 5.5, 6. But it's a nice, comfortable pull. Very good, and I'll just show you. Really good snap open into the firm position. Lovely close. Lovely firm half stop. So, but in hand, is that not? Look how slim this little bottle opener is. You can barely see it sticking out there. So in the hand, this is a proper work knife. You could do as much work as you like. And I know it's a novelty and people will keep it as a novelty. I don't think I'll overuse mine, but I'll still use it for an EDC, for all the cutting I do. It's just too pretty not to put in your pocket. Really, really nice. And I love, like, it's a titty-out version, but you get the long nail neck. It's not a match strike, it's just a nail neck. And that beautiful swedge on the top of that, which gives the point a bit of substance for, for poking things. For poking things, for opening parcels and things. I have a really bad vocabulary, but it is beautiful. It's got the brass liners, 1095 steel. Just have to look after it a wee bit more. I don't have to very much here. I don't have a wet or a humid conditions here now. I'll not be using this as a steak knife. I'll tell you that now. I have enough steak knives now. They're all GEC, but I have enough of them. I don't need any more. I love the bullet end. It's a bullet end jack. So the both blades come from the same end, and it's got the bullet end finish. That's what it's called, the bullet end jack for. What do you think of it? Is it something you've ever had, like buying a gimmicky knife? I remember as a child we used to buy them with pictures of wee nude ladies, and when you turned it up, their bikinis fell off. But I suppose that's where I've got the picture. You used to have seaside towns on them, but they were more of a gimmick with a wee bottle opener on them. This is the higher end version of that gimmick. And to be honest with you, I just absolutely love it. Now, sorry, I've got messages coming through there. Here's another one that I bought. I'm going to do a video of it. This is a number 15 pattern with a beard comb on it. This is the Urban Jack, and this comes in a spear too, which is a little thinner spear. Look at the difference. That's the difference. Can you see the difference? This is more of a pen blade spear, and that is just a big fat spear. But lovely etching on this blade. So you have a video of this one to come as well. Again, another gimmicky knife. Another gimmicky knife that I bought is the one-hand opener, which supposedly was made for the men coming back from the American Civil War who had lost one hand in battle, and this was to open it up on their jeans. It works, but again, it's probably a bit of a gimmick sort of thing. This is a Bulldog brand, which is the American company, but they had this made in Germany, in Solingen. Beautiful stag-handled knife. The video of that to come. You've got so many to come. You haven't even seen this one yet. So, and I have more in the drawer, sadly. I've had a real mad month of buying GECs. I've managed to trade, buy, sell. I've been selling a lot of my locking knives to fund this mad month that I've just had. And to be honest, I don't regret it. When you can buy something like this, You know, we talk about proud carries, and yes, you can have your big fancy knives, and I have them, and I love them, and I love showing them off. But this is really floating my boat at the minute. To have something that's as attractive as this, that's just made for use, and I know it is a gimmick, and I know an awful lot of people won't even use them as knives. But for me, this, you know, I'll carry this in EDC. I'm not going to do any wet cutting or hot cutting or try to put a force patina on this knife blade because I love that etch on it. It probably will go away, but I'll have a few years before it does, as long as I look after it. The sound of a well-made slip joint is just something that gets me every time. And you see people doing this, and the reason you do this is when you're holding a knife, when you open to that closed position, you don't get that good solid thunk. And that's how you tell that it's engaging properly. You hear the difference? It's just beautiful. So, I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you get the chance, the Dead Skunk acrylic, they have micarta, all sorts, but to me, this one is the standout version for me. And I love it. I think they actually do it in wood and everything. But I got this. I'm very happy with it. This is a stair in my collection. Thank you very much for watching, folks. And I'll leave the knife out there for you to have a wee look at. I have plenty of knives to come. Oh, while I'm on the subject, I have a fixed blade, which is a custom knife maker over here in Northern Ireland, in County Armagh. Look at that beauty. Is that not just... I just put a beautiful edge on that. Look at that brass micarta. It is just stunning. It really is a small, sturdy fixed blade. And it comes with this beautiful leather sheath that he made as well. I just love it. So I'm actually doing testing on this at the minute. So very shortly, you'll get a review on this. This is Dreadnought Forge. You'll see him on Instagram. Again, I'll put his Instagram channel down below. So you'll have Mike's and you'll have Dreadnought Forge down below. Go and give them a little visit and enjoy the look of that for a couple of seconds before I click this off. Take care. All the best. Paddy's away for a cup of tea. Bye now.